On June 24, 2024, 3 hours into a live stream, viewers witnessed the very moment that one of the most successful streamers of all time realized that his career was over. Staring at his phone, Guy Beahm knew that there was no way he would be continuing his Dr. Disrespect stream for the usual 5 to 11 hours. Instead, he would be forced to end it early, and potentially for the last time. But what had Mr. Beahm seen that caused him to crack on screen? It's believed to be this tweet from Beam's own company, Midnight Society, announcing that due to certain allegations against him, they would be terminating any and all association with the streamer immediately. But what were these allegations that were so severe they warranted such a response?
Breaking news, guys. Dr. Disrespect's career is officially over.
Well, allegedly, it was the same reason that had caused Twitch to permanently ban Dr. Disrespect and multiple streamers who had been linked to cases of SA and grooming young fans in 2020.
Like, they found something, is what I'm trying to say, okay?
However, the exact details of Guy Beam's case was successfully kept secret for years, spawning the biggest mystery the site had ever seen, with only a select few knowing the truth. That was until 4 years later, when former Twitch employees came forward, shedding light on what's been going on behind closed doors, leading Guy Beahm himself to respond, not only confirming allegations, but sparking further controversy.
And I guess you can say he has a fitting name because he disrespected his wife, he disrespected his kids, he disrespected his family, he disrespected his fans, he disrespected the law.
Despite Dr. Disrespect being in the position to reject a $10 million contract just months ago, in under a week, the gamer had managed to lose everything he achieved in his 14-year-long career, as the industry that he once reigned over turned against him, losing tens of thousands of followers in just a couple of days.
I truly believe this scumbag needs to be banned off of the platforms that he's on.
I don't know who's really going to support him at this point. Like, what kind of person is going to watch Dr. Disrespect? If you watch him at this point, you just have to be coping, basically.
Guy Beahm, or as his fans know him, Dr. Disrespect, made his gaming debut in January 2010 when he posted his first ever YouTube video, an upload that featured gameplay footage of Call of Duty mixed with real-life video of the streamer as his brash and bombastic alter ego.
People've gotta understand. You gotta attack, attack, attack. But don't get it mistaken. Certain individuals you don't attack, you run from. I'm talking, if I see you, and believe me, I will, I'll put you down quickly.
The video quickly gained traction, and in the process, opened the door for Dr. Disrespect to collaborate with one of the biggest gaming channels on YouTube at that time, Machinima. The streamer continued to gain attraction for the next few months until late 2011, when his YouTube channel became inactive. During this time, he worked at Sledgehammer Games, first as a community manager, and later as a level designer. Then roughly 6 years later, Dr. Disrespect made a comeback on a different platform, Twitch. Here, he live-streamed gameplay of various Battle Royale games, and through the same colorful personality that made his YouTube channel a success, gained a substantial following. In fact, it was just a year later that Dr. Disrespect won Trending Gamer, and an award he would go on to win again in 2 years, Streamer of the Year, at the Game Awards 2017. But Dr. Disrespect wouldn't have reached this point in his career without the support of those who had helped him along the way. And so, in his acceptance speech, he gave a shout out to his wife, a woman he affectionately referred to as Nurse Disrespect.
I gotta appreciate Nurse Disrespect over there, standing over there, looking so damn good.
Dr. Disrespect's online popularity also helped him secure multiple high-profile sponsorships, some of which included Asus, Gillette, and Rocat. On top of these successes, the streamer also received his own avatar in the widely popular video game NBA 2K23. Yet Doc's growing list of accomplishments and accolades were nothing compared to what he was offered in March 2020, a multi-year exclusive deal with Twitch that promised millions of dollars annually. Naturally, Dr. Disrespect accepted the multi-year offer from Twitch and informed his followers of the partnership on his YouTube channel. with an uncharacteristically high production video.
I just don't play games to play games. I dominate.
Yes, the future was bright for the new face of Twitch, and as far as Dr. Disrespect was concerned,
I'm at the tippity top of the mountain, but I'm only halfway up.
sometimes feeling at your tippity top can be hard when your environment isn't in the best condition. But thanks to our sponsor for today's video, PrettyLitter, an innovative cat litter, you can change the lives of you and your cat for the better. Let's be honest, our four-legged friends don't smell good after a big meal. But with PrettyLitter, their ultra-absorbent silica gel crystals trap odor, leaving our home with no strong smells, which is so important to us when friends are over. The gel crystals are also designed to minimize mess and dust, making the scooping process much easier and quicker. But the part we love the most is the color-changing aspect, not for aesthetics, but for the peace of mind it provides with our cat's health. Any color change from the usual dark yellow or olive green can indicate early signs of potential illnesses like urinary tract infections and kidney issues. This helps us stay aware even when they seem perfectly fine during their daily shenanigans and adorable moments. PrettyLitter is a lightweight product that anyone can manage and costs less than competing brands. And with free shipping, we don't have to run to the store as often, giving us more time to enjoy with our pets. So go to prettylitter.com/spill and use code SPILL to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. Now back to the story. Yet, it wasn't long before his optimistic visions of the future came crashing down. On June 26, 2020, just a couple of months after his multi-year deal with Twitch was signed, Dr. Disrespect's livestream came to an abrupt end.
We'll get through this, Champions Club. I know it's a tough. Life's weird right now.
Naturally, fans were confused, and the mystery only heightened the next day when Dr. Disrespect was no longer streaming. According to renowned gaming and esports reporter Rod Breslau, also known as Slasher, revealed the creator had been banned permanently. But why? With no official statement from Twitch or Doc, viewers were left in the dark. Then, 2 days after the suspension, Dr. Disrespect tweeted, "Champions Club, Twitch has not notified me on the specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time. Dr. Disrespect." When pushed to comment on the online news source Dexerto, a representative for Twitch issued a statement that read, "As is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community." Once again, no specifics were provided. And it wasn't long before the initial shockwave the unexpected ban had sent through the internet transformed into suspicion, as Streamer Classified tweeted, "Just saw Dr. Disrespect is banned on Twitch, including the fact he hasn't done anything recently. Can only assume it was a DMCA-related ban? If so, we're also effed. I don't think any streamers take DMCA seriously until it happens to them, including myself." However, when it came to Dr. Disrespect's ban, there would be no further explanation, at least not yet. So, for now, it was goodbye Twitch and hello again, old friend. That's right, on August 6, 2020, Doc announced that he would be moving back to YouTube. And from the 500,000 viewers who tuned in to his homecoming livestream, it seemed the switch had paid off.
We started 11 years ago here on YouTube. And boy, oh boy, does it feel good to be back.
Yet, as Dr. Disrespect continued to establish YouTube as his home base, the creator's ban from Twitch became one of the internet's biggest unsolved mysteries.
Something happened, and just out of nowhere, it was announced that he is permanently, forever banned from Twitch. Banned.
But this ban is a complete mystery. When the news broke, not a single Twitch streamer nor member of the community could figure out why exactly Doc has been banned.
I don't know any more than you, and I'm just waiting for a statement from someone.
Basically what happened, as I understand it, having spoken to sources in and around Twitch, is that the moment that Twitch found out what occurred, the people who were aware of it more or less formed rank around like a small select handful of people at Twitch. And so like only like maybe a small double-digit number of people at Twitch know what he did.
Then, in August 2021, Doc brought up the ban on one of the live streams. The creator, however, wasn't taking the opportunity to clarify what happened, but to announce his intention to take legal action against Twitch.
The reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the out of them, okay? I don't know how else to put it. The amount of damages and you just don't... Nah.
The public wouldn't hear from him about this matter again until March 10th, 2022, when Doc announced that legal proceedings had ended with neither party admitting to any wrongdoing. And with that, internet users were left just as clueless as they had been in 2020.
And it's like, yeah, but it clearly does matter. If a giant company like Twitch, whose main goal is to make a lot of money, got rid of one of their absolute biggest moneymakers, then like it matters.
We are going to find out. The truth is going to come out. We are going to learn what happened. There are no secrets this day and age. Now, when is that going to happen? I'm sure I don't know.
For nearly 4 years, the internet remained abuzz with rumors and speculation over the ban that the silence from both sides only fueled. Most of these theories had to do with the exclusive contract Doc had signed with Twitch. As one Reddit user posted, it is extremely obvious that Dr. Disrespect has been banned simply due to the fact that Twitch did not want to pay him an $8 figure contract after seeing that mixer. Their main competitor was no longer one, with streamers like Ninja and Shroud, for example, moving back to Twitch for free. Others speculated that Dr. Disrespect had left Twitch after Facebook offered him more money for his exclusivity, or even that he had decided to launch his own streaming platform, leading Twitch to ban him in retaliation. One user even brought up the possibility of unintentional fraud, commenting, "It's possible he unintentionally committed charity fraud. Has anyone donated to him this month, and was it different than the way you donated in the past? Every cent of the donations have been going directly to charity. You also have to be very clear about where the money is going," which has not been clear. If any of the donations have gone into Doc's bank account since he announced all donations were going to charity, then charity fraud, even if his intention was to write a check later. However, all of these theories would be debunked on June 21st, 2024, when a tweet from a former Twitch employee finally revealed the real reason why the platform had banned Dr. Disrespect 4 years ago, a revelation that would spark the biggest controversy of the creator's career. Although, there is something worth reflecting on about Doc. See, despite what our reader's digest rundown of Dr. Disrespect's career might have suggested, the creator was no stranger to scandal. In fact, Doc's first controversy occurred about a month after he accepted his 2017 Streamer of the Year award, you know, back when he gave that special shout out to his wife.
I gotta appreciate Nurse Disrespect over there, standing over there, looking so damn good.
Well, it turned out their relationship wasn't as picture perfect as it had seemed that night. While posts and articles about Doc's deceitful behavior may have seemingly been scrubbed or obscured by newer content, after some deep diving, we've landed on the archives, mainly stemming from older YouTube videos. In October 2017, just a month before receiving his award, Dr. Disrespect was spotted at TwitchCon by creator Burger Planet, who was live streaming at the event.
Are you streaming right now? Yeah, I have 700 people watching. Damn, that's crazy.
Doc was captured on camera multiple times, each time with the same woman. While the woman interacted on camera a few times,
I like those glasses. You have one chance in life. They look like Morpheus. The guy's like, do you want the red pill or the blue pill?
the majority of the time, she appeared to hide from the stream, and people around them also voiced concern about being on camera.
You mind giving them their personal space? Nice to meet you too. But they probably don't want you to stream it, so do you mind?
Still, Burger Planet hung around them and managed to capture footage of the woman with Doc. When he approached Doc at a later time, Doc refused to be on camera.
What are your plans for the future? No.
As he moved the camera away, the woman was again caught in frame. Berger filmed Doc shortly after, but this time he wasn't as friendly.
Hey, we're not gonna collab. Don't ever film me again. Why? Just do me a favor, okay? Don't ever film me again. Don't ever get me on there. Okay. Do you hear me? What? Don't ever. Hey. What? All right, well, get away from me, man. Don't be on that thing. Get it out of my face. All right, I'm coming. Well, don't go back into it if you don't want to be in it.
In what appears to be a different live stream, Berger suggested a theory on why Doc may have been avoiding him.
And talk to me. Guess he didn't want people to see him flirting with that girl that he was going to cheat on his wife with, apparently.
Someone who watched the incident unfold online pointed out a specific point in Berger's stream where Doc appeared to be alone with the woman, adding to the theory Doc was not so innocent.
He's like, oh, I see Dr. Disrespect, I don't want to bother him and stuff, because he got up to me a while ago. And then you see the shot of Dr. Disrespect and this girl, she's sitting and he's standing, and there's kind of like no one else around. I'm not sure if there's another female behind him or next to him, but it's just them two.
While these two could have just been friends or business collaborators, internet sleuths pointed out that a year prior to TwitchCon, in January 2017, someone by the name of Vincent tweeted, "Please, sleep with my wife, Doc." To which DJ and music producer Cray responded, "Dr. Disrespect, please. Hello, I'm here." Sleuths compared photos of Cray to the woman in Berger's livestream and highly suspected they were the same person. More suspicion was added when people noticed Doc and Cray were following each other online, which they later unfollowed after the backlash. The Doc himself came forward a month after the TwitchCon incident in December 2017 in a livestream without his iconic mullet wig or getup. In his stripped-back state, he wasn't addressing his followers as Dr. Disrespect, but as Guy Beahm, the man behind the alter ego, and, as it soon became clear, someone who had made a horrible mistake. Without naming names, he said,
"As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid, and I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful."
Adding that he would be taking a break on live streaming to focus on his family. A matter made all the more heart-wrenching given that the couple had been together for 16 years, with a wife who dedicated her social media page almost entirely to supporting her husband, along with occasional uploads of him with their daughter, reportedly now 8 or 9 years old. Doc's confession was uploaded to Livestream Fails and received over 30K upvotes and more than 8K comments in less than 24 hours. While most fans chose to stick by his side, his actions disappointed many. As they expressed on Reddit, "Nah, none of this courage and bravery bull. Cheating when you're married and have a kid is the lowest of lows. F off with the niceties. Did not expect to see this from Doc. That was hard to watch. Holy. This news has affected me more than I'd like to admit. Not because I am a huge fan of the Doc, which I am also his age. I am 36. I have a wife and 2 kids. The thought of having all that threatened due to my stupidity and reckless behavior/decisions makes me feel sick. I have such empathy for what his family and he is going through. This is about as big and grave as it gets for a marriage. I think about him lifting his daughter up while streaming and wishing her a happy birthday. I picture a happy family that he now has to carry the weight of its potential demise on his shoulders." One creator named Birdman had a slightly more sympathetic take, although aged quite badly in light of recent events.
Mistakes happen, man. People are not perfect. I think it took a lot for him to come out and do all that on video, and it's not like he's a f***ing or something. This is definitely not a career ender or anything.
Then another voice in the community came forward. One of Doc's alleged live stream moderators posted and deleted this.
Doc has been unfaithful with. Don't share this because I have an account for everyone that's in this room right now. Doc has been unfaithful with at least 4 girls on his wife. And I've kept quiet about it.
Some users predicted that this would be the end of Dr. Disrespect. Nonetheless, Doc returned to Twitch on February 5th, and the stream peaked at around 388,000 concurrent viewers. But it was less than a week later that the streamer had his second run-in with controversy. This time, he was being hit with racial allegations by musician Jimmy Wong, who posted a compilation of clips in which Dr. Disrespect was caricaturing the Chinese language. Yet, once again, Doc's loyal fanbase rallied behind him, with many arguing that his statements were jokes with no racist intentions behind them. The next big controversy came in June 2019, when Doc streamed inside a public bathroom during E3, an annual trade event for the video game industry. He was doing an IRL stream series, and on the first day of the show, the streamer along with his camera person walked into a public bathroom with the camera still rolling. This not only violated Twitch's community guidelines and terms of service, but also breached California's invasion of privacy law, according to which a person who looks through a hole or opening into or otherwise views, by means of any instrumentally, including electronic device, into the interior of bathroom or the interior of any other area in which the occupant has a reasonable expectation of privacy with the intent to invade the privacy of a person or persons inside. As a result, Doc was suspended from Twitch, however this time not permanently. But the scandals don't stop here. Dr. Disrespect also shared controversial comments about COVID-19 during the peak of the pandemic that many believed downplayed the seriousness of the disease. In one of his streams, he said, "Listen, that's the scary thing with social media. Mainstream media can be controlled, right? Social media can really stir up a higher level of panic. If you think about it, it's not controlled. So you're getting raw opinions, raw feedback from people that aren't educated, that are educated. It's crazy." From infidelity to both comedic and career and missteps, it's clear that Dr. Disrespect always walked a fine line between entertainment and outrage. However, none of these previous incidents could prepare the internet for the bombshell that exploded on June 21st, 2024, when former Twitch employee Cody Connors finally revealed the truth behind Dr. Disrespect's 2020 Twitch ban with one tweet that read, "He got banned because got caught a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could be read in plain text. Case closed, gang." Though Cody's tweet was seen by nearly 30 million people, many pointed out that he didn't provide any concrete evidence to verify these career-ending accusations. Game reviewer The Act Man tweeted, "Innocent until proven guilty. An accusation this severe requires more evidence and investigation. Yes, I understand this allegation comes from a former Twitch employee, but with nothing else to go off of, we're left in a he say, she say situation." Others began questioning Cody's credibility after old tweets surfaced where the former Twitch employee claimed to know the reason behind the ban and used it as a marketing tactic. "Listen, if all 3 dates sell out, I'll tell you why he got banned. Gamer friends, if you're on the East Coast, you should come to one of these shows. Slasher is coming to the New York date. If that show sells out, I'll 100% explain why we banned him during the set." Soon enough, various users were accusing Cody of performing another stunt for personal and potentially monetary gains. As game streamer Wacky Jackie 101 tweeted, "Imagine just accepting this as facts with zero evidence. Applying critical thinking is hard, but let's try. What is the motive of Cody here? Where is the evidence to corroborate this allegation? Without data, you're just a person with an opinion." But someone else spoke up to corroborate Cody's allegation. Remember Slasher, who Cody mentioned in his tweets? The Slasher who reported Doc's ban in 2020? Well, that same day Cody dropped the severe allegation, Slasher, who allegedly knew the severity of the situation in 2020, but did not feel comfortable elaborating on it at the time, also tweeted, "I didn't lie." As for Cody's credibility, Slasher defended him, claiming he's an upstanding individual he's known for 15 years, and even worked with him at CBS Interactive GameSpot in the past, adding there was no intricate plan to reveal the information now.
"I can say that there is no NDA and that he really he walked his dog, came home and said, we'll do it live, and made the tweet. There was actually no contractual reason why this happened."
Now, all Dr. Disrespect's peers and fans had to do was to sit back and wait for the creator to break his silence and clear his name. And just a few hours later, Doc did tweet a response. It just wasn't the response the internet was looking for. In a reply to internet personality Jake Lucky, who quote tweeted Cody's original tweet, Dr. Disrespect wrote, "Seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract." He later expanded on this statement, tweeting, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the effing internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. More than anything else, people took notice of Doc's wording. See, rather than outright denying the allegations against him, he used ambiguous language.
It's a bunch of hooey, like mumbo-jumbo legal lawyer speak that doesn't actually say anything.
That only raised more eyebrows.
Now, I really think the words "no wrongdoing was acknowledged" is probably the worst way to address allegations.
The Gaming Illuminati podcast host, the Black Hokage, tweeted, "You have some nasty allegations against your name, and this was your choice of words to use as a response?" And it was this sentiment that was echoed throughout the internet. No wrongdoing was acknowledged is the most weaselly denial possible. Might as well say, yeah, I effed that person. After all, for Twitch to ban a streamer permanently from the platform, well, there had to be reason.
A year or two ago, there was a streamer who had full-blown on stream and she only got a 72-hour ban. So a permaban doesn't happen often, and it certainly doesn't happen often to the biggest streamer on their platform.
Despite all the drama, Dr. Disrespect returned to streaming 2 days later, maintaining his usual bravado when he told viewers,
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a fuck about this guy.
But his stream wouldn't last the usual 5 to 11 hours when playing Elden Ring. This stream cut short at 3 hours. About 10 minutes before this early sign-off, there was a hint of the storm to come when Doc checked his phone.
What about quest lines? I know, but you know how we run things here.
And his entire demeanor shifted. In hindsight, viewers speculated that this was likely the moment he was informed about a tweet from Midnight Society, a game development company that Dr. Disrespect co-founded. The tweet read, "On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beahm, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved, and in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beahm immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed along with our community of players." For many, it suddenly became clear that this wasn't another controversy that Dr. Disrespect would escape unscathed. Yes, this was likely the exact moment Dr. Disrespect realized his downfall was inevitable. Yet many fans continued to defend Doc, calling the situation unfair and demanding concrete evidence. Again, the Act Man called for proof, tweeting, "Still no mention of evidence or if you guys saw any evidence. You say you talked to parties involved. Maybe the parties involved should start getting involved so we can find the truth and decide if a man is a predator or not." Several people also pointed out that the serious nature of the allegations against Doc didn't align with the legal settlement that was reached between Twitch and the streamer in 2022, and the legal field was equally dubious. In the comment section of one Reddit post, a user wrote, "This just seems all kind of sus. I am unironically a lawyer, but in a different common law jurisdiction, so there are likely variations in contract law with the US and my country." Still, from what the lawyer could gather, it was likely that Dr. Disrespect's contract with Twitch contained a morality clause that allowed the platform to terminate the contract if the creator crossed any lines, something Twitch seemingly believed Doc had done since they banned him. According to the Reddit user, the streamer's following lawsuit against the platform was then likely on the basis that he was wrongfully terminated. But here's where the severity of the allegations against Dr. Disrespect fell apart for the Redditor. Assigning the letter A to Twitch and B to Dr. Disrespect for the sake of brevity, they wrote, 1. Twitch paid out his contract. If B breached the contract, there is no way in hell that Twitch would pay out the contract. 2. According to B, the parties have agreed that no party is at fault. This is very common in settlement agreements. What is also important is that a settlement is private. Only the parties to the settlement know of the terms of the settlement, which is why Party B cannot say he didn't do something. He is most likely under an NDA, and any discussion of fault may cause him to be on breach of the NDA. 3. While we don't know what the conduct was exactly, it is highly unlikely that it was illegal. If it were criminal, and Twitch Legal were made aware, they have an ethical obligation as officers of the court to report the conduct. From this user's perspective, this meant B spoke to a minor, may or not have known they were a minor, asked to hang out. Party A took that as being bad, thought Party B breached contract, terminated contract. Party B says, hey, I didn't do anything wrong, and your wrongful termination of my contract has caused damage. A and B discuss. Parties agree to settle. No one is blamed, and B gets his money. And while it's difficult to trust the credentials of an anonymous internet user, lawyers Andrew Esquire and Mark Kern shared voiced similar opinions during a recent live stream.
It's very possible the accusation was either bullshit or very, very weak, and it was going to make Twitch look bad, so they settled.
I would only settle as a CEO if, I didn't have an ironclad termination clause, right? If there was something going, if I don't have absolute proof, then I'm going to settle. Otherwise, I'd prefer to walk away without paying this guy anything.
In fact, according to Andrew Esquire, it likely wasn't Doc who had crossed the line. Legally speaking, that is.
So, Cody is likely either in violation of his NDA, or if Twitch did not have an NDA with him, Twitch is probably liable for allowing this reputational damage to get out.
As for what Dr. Disrespect had allegedly done, from the lawyer's perspective, there were still too many missing pieces to rush to any moral judgments.
And maybe Dr. Disrespect didn't know they were a minor. Maybe he had no clue. Maybe they were sending him stuff and he didn't respond.
After all, while the internet may have found the legalese in Doc's tweet responding to the allegation suspicious, the language, from a legal standpoint, suggested innocence.
No wrongdoing was found means I did nothing wrong, versus acknowledge, which means I may have done nothing.
And that's exactly what a message sent to YouTuber Stan Price seemed to reiterate. In the email posted to Stan's Twitter, an alleged former Twitch employee claimed that there had been no inappropriate messages and that the platform had planted the rumor to destroy Doc's reputation simply because the staff disliked the streamer. Stan noted that the allegations in the email weren't verified and that the sender had been anonymous. Still, for fans, there was suddenly hope. However, within the next 12 hours, all the belief that Dr. Disrespect was indeed not guilty vanished with one tweet, composed by none other than the streamer himself. Doc wrote, "The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing bull. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio." As for the streamer's departure from Midnight Society, well, he claimed that was a mutual decision, writing, "A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down." That's when Dr. Disrespect addressed the situation that after 4 years still required clarification, his ban from Twitch. According to Doc, for reasons outside of his control, he hadn't been able to speak on the subject for several years. Yet, since the allegations against him had now been made public, he could now say his piece. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. But nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. He then addressed the settlement, claiming that it was a civil dispute that had been resolved and that no criminal charges have ever been brought against him. However, he acknowledged that this didn't mean that no wrongs were committed, adding, "Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll effing own my shit. This was stupid. Still, according to Doc, that didn't make him deserving of the online hate campaign that was now being directed his way. He wrote, "Now, with all this said, don't get it effing mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no effing predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me effing knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. F that. That's a different level of disgust that I effing hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the F out of here with that sh." And so, while Dr. Disrespect apologized to his supporters for being forced to brave through this social media storm, to his critics, well, the streamer had less kind words. But trust me when I say this. To all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real-life experience, I don't give a F about you. Yet, despite Dr. Disrespect's current animosity towards the internet, he didn't have any intentions of calling it quits on his social media career. Nope, according to Doc, regardless of public opinion, he wasn't going anywhere, adding, "I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, effing right." To no surprise, the tweet gained over 100 million viewers in no time, with criticism directed towards Dr. Disrespect from all sides. Yes, it turned out the public wasn't so receptive to the streamer's attempt at accountability, at least not when it had raised so many red flags. After all, his claim that leaving Midnight Society was a mutual decision wasn't exactly consistent with the studio's statement or the tweet from the co-founder Robert Bowling, where he plainly stated, "If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you. Period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did." On top of this, in his tweets, Dr. Disrespect had admitted to inappropriately messaging a minor in 2017, the same year he had cheated on his wife.
And many people are claiming he's not sad that he cheated on his wife and, pretty much destroyed his family, but he's sad that he got caught. And now that he admitted to pretty much talking to a minor and knowing that she was a minor, no one can defend Dr. Disrespect anymore.
And despite the vague language Doc had veiled his confession with,
conversations implies more than one conversation, and sometimes means more than once, leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. That is the biggest downplay of a lifetime.
He was not met with much sympathy.
Now, I'm not going to go as far and say, this guy's like the Epstein of Twitch gaming or something like that. But talking inappropriately to a minor? Bro, there's no coming back from that. The guy is, in my opinion, he's a danger.
To make the situation worse, after posting the statement, he later edited the word minor out of the tweet. However, the internet took notice and called him out for the edit, which forced him to edit his tweet for a second time and added the word minor back. Soon enough, some of the biggest creators in the industry had turned on Dr. Disrespect, such as KSI, who expressed his disappointment by tweeting, "This makes me so sad, man. One of my inspirations talking to a minor inappropriately. You have a wife and kids. Do better." And popular streamers Kai Cenat, Ninja, Pokimane, and Valkyrae also made their disapproval for Dr. Disrespect's actions known.
Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yeah. What the? God, my boy. Go take that break, bro.
So let me start this off by saying what I already said earlier, which is absolutely unacceptable to be messaging a minor and even hinting at whatever he said in his statement.
No, honestly, thinking about how he has kids actually makes me sad. Even watching videos like this, it's like,
We're memeing on him. I'm just so worried someday they grow up and then they see all of this, and girl, that's a lot to unpack in therapy.
Yuck. Dr. Disgusting. Even one of Dr. Disrespect's closest friends in the industry, Tim the Tatman, couldn't defend him.
I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling? My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate, if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that. I can't.
Dr. Disrespect's longtime duo on Call of Duty, Z-Laner, also disavowed his actions.
For Doc, I hope this is a dark part of his past. I hope he learns from the situation, and it never happens again. A full-grown man messaging a minor is unacceptable, and I can't stand by that.
And those peers that had previously given Dr. Disrespect the benefit of the doubt, like Nick Merckx, made it clear they were no longer on his side.
Checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. I can't defend it.
Naturally, without Twitch elaborating on the incident, more people called out the platform, including streamer Asmund Gold.
They're effectively protecting him by saying this, by knowing that it happened and not saying anything, right?
While streamer XQC offered a possible explanation for why instant bans or permanent bans could be the platform's way of protecting itself legally.
You need to understand how this works, okay? If after this happens, unpartnered, whatever, and they don't ban him, and this person, whoever it may be, does something actually bad with Discord, their product, and they knew this person to be problematic in that way, right? They are exposed legally like crazy. They saw something, didn't act, something worse happens, now they're definitely 100% liable.
Popular streamer Shroud, who Doc helped gain early recognition, and also a former close friend who ended their friendship after Doc's 2020 ban, urged viewers to think more critically about Twitch's decisions.
Shroud, have you personally tried to hit up Doc at all? No. The second Doc got banned on Twitch, my logic kicked in and I said, yep. You don't just get banned randomly, and I didn't say a word to him, didn't associate at all, because you don't just get banned. I'm not a idiot. Use your brain, people.
As for Twitch being mysterious about the matter, Slasher explained the platform operated in silence when the victim chose to remain anonymous.
They are to protect the victim. They're to make sure the victims are anonymous and to make sure the victims are safe. The only reason we know about certain other cases is because those victims came forward. The victim never wanted to come forward or be involved in this situation. That is why Twitch had never said anything.
Soon after Doc's statement, YouTube announced that the platform would be suspending monetization on Dr. Disrespect's channel, joining the list of other controversial influencers like James Charles and Shane Dawson, who were temporarily suspended for their inappropriate behavior towards minors. But while knowing the truth of what had happened impacted the way a number of fans saw Dr. Disrespect, amidst all of this, a dedicated segment of Dr. Disrespect's fan base remained clung to the wreckage of his reputation. As one fan tweeted, "This guy is so big that he's unintentionally created so many haters, and now all these mini streamers are trying to bring him down, just to take his place, to finally be noticed. Baseless accusations. Enjoy your vacation, Doc. I'll be waiting for your return." Several others posted to Reddit arguing, "Why are we using the word victim, by the way? If there is a victim, show me the crime. If there was a crime, show me the court documents. If he did anything illegal, he would have been arrested. Of course, this isn't necessarily true. See, while nothing illegal may have transpired on Twitch, there's no way of knowing what could have been exchanged through other platforms, text messages, or even offline. It's also worth noting that victims in cases like these often don't come forward due to the fear of harassment, not having enough evidence, or the desire to avoid a long, re-traumatizing, and often futile legal process. Still, Dr. Disrespect's fans have clung to the possibility that the streamer hadn't known the age of the person he was talking to. As one Reddit user argued, "You haven't read the text, neither do I. You don't know at which time during the conversation she informed him or he was aware. We don't know the reaction or what changed in the conversation once he knew. Was it like he was going to a bar and end up sleeping with someone and they end up being a minor? Or was it like he contacted directly knowing he was a minor? Or was it like she contacted him and say, 'Oh, I'ma do so-and-so when I'm 18. No idea, but I won't judge him until I know.'" And another user commented, "I was bought a drink at a bar by a girl I didn't yet know. Found out she was only 17 when we went to leave. This happens in real life." This comment, however, was then hit with the reply, "And notice how you included in your story that you didn't know." And yes, in all of his tweets explaining the situation, Dr. Disrespect had never once said he hadn't been aware of the minor's age when he was messaging them. And on June 27th, Rolling Stone further weakened this defense with an article that included an interview with another former Twitch employee who reported, "I recall that Dr. Disrespect was made aware by the individual that they were underage during the conversation, which after he indicated that this was no problem and continued on, there was no confusion." But perhaps the worst part was what Dr. Disrespect did after. Messages sent after this was acknowledged were no less graphic and in sexual explicit nature than before, and I think more than the categorization of leaning too much in the direction of being inappropriate might indicate. But it wasn't just Dr. Disrespect's reputation that had been damaged by recent events. Now many questioned Twitch's ability to handle such sensitive matters. After all, if Dr. Disrespect had started messaging a minor inappropriately in 2017, as the streamer himself had stated, why had it taken 3 years for the platform to take action? And even following Dr. Disrespect's ban, Twitch had remained silent when a public statement could have protected other potential victims. Back in June 2020, Twitch announced that it would start investigating and banning streamers alleged of SA. The announcement came right after nearly 100 women alleged various streamers on the platform had SA'd them. Over the next few months, the number of alleged streamers increased. Several streamers were also accused of SA and grooming minors. This included Warwitch TV, Cryotic, Minilad, Blinky Please, Sleepy K, and J-Tails, among many others. Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch the same month this announcement was made. But there being no public accusation and statement from Twitch still raises suspicion for many.
But, ultimately I have a lot of questions for Twitch. I have a lot of questions for Amazon. There's got to be guilt that's shared between the platform holder keeping this silent, I wonder why Twitch and Discord, while they banned him at the time years ago, why this wasn't maybe relayed to other social media services.
Yes, the years-long silence from both Twitch and Dr. Disrespect has forced the public to reckon with the possibility that this may not have been an isolated incident, but a pattern of behavior.
God knows what else he's been doing in these last few years, man.
And a more recent allegation has suggested that indeed, this wasn't an isolated incident. In creator Hassan Piker's June 25th video where he interviewed Slasher, the esports reporter alleged,
"There were other women that were harassed in this whole thing."
And in no time, one of these alleged women came forward. On June 26, musician, model, and streamer Lena Love came forward with a disturbing claim about Dr. Disrespect, tweeting, "During that time in 2017, when he was cheating on his wife with not only me, a trans adult worker, but also another woman, and texting a minor. He was exploiting me by making me give him cam shows with the promise of partnership. After the cam shows, he went ahead and blocked me." And for those fans who wouldn't believe anything until they saw proof, the model was kind enough to attach a screen recording of the alleged correspondence that, naturally, has since been memed to oblivion. In one exchange, Lena Love wrote that she had a photo shoot and planned to get some provocative cosplay images. Then after, I can punish you, she wrote. Oh yeah? How so? Dr. Disrespect allegedly replied. Don't know. Have to get a good strategy. We shall see, she wrote. Ha, Doc allegedly responded. Then, over 2.5 hours later, he allegedly messaged, still waiting. In another exchange, seemingly in reference to an explicit video, Dr. Disrespect allegedly wrote, I had to watch this one more time. I will try to vid chat you soon. I'm heading to the gym, gotta get fit, she replied, promising to send photos his way. Seemingly, in relation to climaxing, Doc allegedly responded, I mean, I'm gripping now, boom. To add further weight to Lena Love's allegation, a photo she posted with Dr. Disrespect in 2017 has resurfaced, along with the tweet the image was attached to that read, Met the handsome legend. One of Twitter users pointed out the hypocrisy. While he was sending inappropriate messages to a minor and cheating on his wife, he was pressuring a trans adult worker to give him free cam shows. The same guy who attacked trans people as green kids. Every accusation a confession. With the fallout just beginning as brands cut ties.
After admitting to the allegations, San Francisco 49ers and many other sponsors have dropped Dr. Disrespect.
And NBA 2K24 faces the streamer out.
My streams get millions of views. I have standards.
The full aftermath Dr. Disrespect's latest scandal has left in its wake remains to be seen. However, with the internet already comparing the streamer to Jeffrey Epstein and an unflattering Dr. Disrespect cosplay recently going viral.
Dr. Disrespect!
How old are you?
17!
I don't think I'm under 10.
It's safe to say the results will be devastating. This has also opened a bigger conversation about child safety on popular platforms.
I think Twitch has a responsibility to explain what they're going to do going forward to ensure that kind of doesn't happen again.
And concern about NDAs when something immoral is taking place.
Especially when you take into the effect the amount of creators who knew behind the scenes. Disguised Toast said on the Offline TV podcast one time that he definitely knew. And if Disguised Toast knew, and he's very well connected to the Twitch scene, clearly there were a bunch of huge creators who all knew. Why was this kept under wraps?
However, as fans continue to demand concrete proof and the details of what was or wasn't exchanged in those messages remain murky, speculation continues. Regardless of these unanswered questions, this story remains an important lesson in holding creators accountable and online safety, because in the end, all the awards and all the praises won't stop an influencer from disappointing their fans. If you have more topics you'd like us to dive into, leave a comment below, and consider subscribing to stay updated. And while you're here, consider checking out our other videos about celebrities who've had minor allegations, such as Colleen Ballinger. Before you go, don't forget to check the link in the description to get started with PrettyLitter.